Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on the latest stories. We begin with Vitor Roque as Barca are prioritizing the arrival of 18-year-old goal machine in January. We are going to discuss on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Fermine Lopez as the Barca starlet will be available against Real Betis despite red card with the reserve team. We are also going to be discussing on that. So as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Even though it has been only a couple of weeks since the summer transfer window ended, the focus is already on the mid-season trading period in January and how Barcelona plan on strengthening their roster further. Reports have been doing the rounds claiming that the La Liga champions will look to add another defensive midfielder despite signing Oriol Romeo in the summer. Several targets have also been identified to that end, including players like Arsenal's Jorginho and Real Betis' Guido Rodriguez, who could be available for cheap in January as their contracts expire in 2024. But according to the latest report from Roger Torello of Mundo Deportivo, the top priority for Barcelona during the January window will be the arrival of Vitor Roque from Atletico Paranaense. The Blaugrana secured Roque's signing in the summer itself in a deal worth 30 million euro plus 31 million euros in variables. But it was agreed that the young forward will remain in Brazil during until the start of the 2024, given the club's financial fair play issues and Atletico Paranaense's desire to keep him until the end of their season. However, following the Brazilian club's exit from Copa Libertadores, the possibility of bringing Roque to Barcelona in the summer itself was studied, but it did not materialize. As such, the La Liga champions have now made it a priority to incorporate Roque into the squad in January without fail so that they have a top backup for Robert Lewandowski. The 35-year-old superstar has made a slow start to the season, and given the fixture pileup, he could do with regular rest and rotation, which is why Roque's arrival is being treated as a priority. However, having signed for Barca, the 18-year-old has been preparing to arrive in Catalonia in some style, scoring goals for fun at Atletico Paranaense. Indeed, Triguinho, as he's been called by his nickname, has already netted 20 goals and set up 8 more for the Brazilian club in 2023 across all competitions, standing out as one of the most prolific young players across the globe. Roque's arrival in January could thus be a big boost for Barcelona, with Brazil coach Ramon Manzes believing that the teenager will have no problems adapting to Xavi's teams. Of course, Vitor Roque is making headlines, and of course, we keep seeing his form adding every day. Barca successfully signed him after a hard struggle because there were many clubs, as we all know, that were pursuing the player, but Barca won the race after losing out on Hendrik some years ago. Vitor Roque is a player with so much quality, so much promise, so much impact. I mean, he's just so good as a striker, and many people see him as the next Ronaldo, talking about Ronaldo Rosario, the big nine, as I usually call him. And Barca have been investing a lot because he was, by far, he's the most expensive signing we made in the summer. But due to the financial fair play issues, as we earlier said, as well as Atletico Paranense's desire to keep him, considering how important he is to them, the player who did not make it in the summer. So the two parties agreed that Triguinho, as he is being called, will arrive Barca, but in January at most. So as it stands right now, Barca can't wait to have him, especially considering the red hot form that we are seeing. Vitor Roque is in. He's scoring goals for fun. I mean, his goal tally keeps increasing, and incredible numbers he has been putting in, especially in this calendar year of 2023. So let's just see how it goes for Vitor Roque as he continues to improve. He's just 18 and, of course, has a lot of time. In fact, he has many more years in his outstanding career. And, of course, Barca can't wait to see him adapt when he joins Xavi's team. Of course, the coach of Atletico Paranense have said quite a couple of times that Triguinho is a player that will make it to any big club in Europe and succeed, considering the impact, considering the talent he has. And hopefully, I think Barca will have a great player in Vitor Roque. Of course, he's coming as a backup to Robert Lewandowski. But knowing that Lewandowski is getting older, he will be the one to take charge in the future ahead. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. With first team football entering a brief hiatus due to the international break, Barca starlet Fermine Lopez opted to make use of the time to play for the club's reserve team to help maintain his fitness and rhythm. After having sought the permission of first team manager Xavi Hernandez, Fermine Lopez was named in the squad for Barca Athletics match against Gymnastic. In fact, the 20-year-old was even named in the starting 11 by Rafa Marquez, but things did not go as planned for the young midfield prodigy on his debut for the subsidiary team. Of course, on his debut for Barca Athletic, Lopez endured a forgettable outing as he was sent off just 14 minutes into the game after receiving a second yellow card. The La Masia ace had been booked in the first half for protesting a decision and was then given his marching orders early in the second period as he picked a second yellow for a repeated foul on an opponent. Speaking after the game, Barca Athletic captain Marc Casado revealed that Fermine was in tears after how his debut ended. He said it was his debut for Barca B at last. Yeah, he was with Linares and the lad was crying very sadly. He's very upset because he wanted to come and help us. And he was playing a great game. However, despite his sending off against Barca Athletic, Mundo Deportivo is now reporting that Lopez will be available for selection for the Barca first team when they take on Real Betis after the international break this weekend. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.